everybody. It's Dr. Flo. Some of you were just in the last taping of Deconstruction Junction. We're stopping by for probably about 10 minutes or so just to share with the community. It's part of our daily podcast and our programming here to encourage, equip, and empower the planet. And so we're so grateful for you stopping by on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook to participate in our magic. You are the co-creation of our brilliance. The power of three will set us free. And so Tara Priolo sitting there in Minnesota, I'm gonna let her introduce herself in a second after I open, and myself here in North Carolina on the East Coast of the United States. And then you as our listener, or our watching guest, wherever you are contributing to that power of three energy and allowing for us to overcome pretty challenging things, real and imaginary, in the world. And so we're so grateful. If you are just now tuning into our magic for the first time, if you're joining us, or you got a link on Blue Sky, or you saw a clip on TikTok or on Spotify or on any of the social medias, we are Love in Action Network. We are committed to putting our love in action every day by bringing tools and resources and uplifting content to our fractal. I'm Dr. Flo. I'm the tie-breaking leader here. I'm
CEP until we figure out a better way to say that. He's the chief executive partner.
Yeah. I'm the chief executive partner, and like I said, like we're trying to move away from coalitions that have hierarchical leadership that where you could chop the head off. I'm the head of the council of people and kind of set the tone for the three E's and the calling in of the three T's. But that's really all I do here in the community. I'm just having fun, dipping in the well like everybody else. Chief dipper in the well of love, you could call me if you'd like. And what I do in the world as a coach and mentor is that I help bold dreamers follow their bliss and build lives, multiple streams of income, businesses, courage, confidence, performance, technical tools, resumes. Like if you are out there trying to make an out-of-the-box dream or in-the-box kind of dream, me and my team can help you get the clarity, the tools, and the focus to get her done. And we see demonstration of this every day in our organization. So we'll talk a little later at the end about what our programs look like and our service offerings within our organizations. However, I just wanted you to know that we are here to support your dreams. All of the money and like I said, the time, talent, and treasure that Tara and I have poured into this organization is so that we can see you win. And we see that people are getting to a point now, they're no longer as afraid of us as they used to be, Tara. Why? Because they want to win. They want to be happy, healthy, and free, and we're seeing the return. There's nothing like a regime on that ass to bring a return. And we're grateful for clarity and compassion and care. Y'all know I like to speak in threes and alliteration. Tara, who are you and why do you come to this offering?
Because I'm told to. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, I'm Tara Priolo. I am the work wife. I am the layer down. Who's the I was trying to think of like who I would be in Game of Thrones. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
You're the hand. You're the hand of the king.
The hand of the partner. Yes. And let me be clear. I would be more Tyrion than like Tywin. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little bit like I'm really smart and I'm a little bit nicer. Like Tyrion had a heart. Like he was.
And you're short.
He was trying to be kind. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about
yeah, Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
He's short. Yeah, he's
I
short.
I saw him in a bar that I wasn't supposed to see him in, doing some crazy things that I wasn't supposed to see him do once in Harlem. I'll never forget it.
Listen,
his entourage was doing a lot of
Oh
he was
wow.
doing a lot of
So
this.
so what you're saying is it was like what Damon did in House of the Dragons when he went to that place with what's her face with Ray Ray.
It was it almost copy paste.
Wow.
I
Wow.
said, my God, on
Wow.
today.
My,
Turn the lights down low.
my God on today.
And trust
But
me, because he's a small person, a tiny person, he's always low, like he was already low in a low space.
oh wow. Oh wow.
But allegedly, folks, allegedly,
Allegedly. It
he,
never actually happened though,
he has lawyers.
for entertainment purposes only. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah, he has lawyers and he can pay his. So yeah,
right.
allegedly.
That's what Aphrodite tells us. He's always like for entertainment purposes only. And
I mean,
like
I hope you're entertained for sure.
that part. I'm actually for reals though, guys. I'm your resident white facing biracial multi-passionate musician, and I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. I come to Love and Action Network because and it's the same reason that I teach. It's the same reason that I facilitate. It's the same reason that I keep on keeping on, which is I love to see other people have the aha moment. And we haven't talked about this in a long time, but I love it when something clicks. Like even last night, one of my students was headed into a show and they have a part in the show, and it's their second show, but it's their first show as a part. And they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, da, 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 da. I'm so nervous. And like my voice is not working. And I was like, here, like literally voice memoed them a minute of exercises to do right as they were walking on stage. When they came off and they were like, oh my gosh, my old habits crept in, but like it was still so much better. I was like, yes, friend, that's how this goes. So that aha moment is it for me. I'm going to segue, as they say on one of my favorite podcasts, into a We the Urban post. Because that's how it's spelled. Like who looks at that word and goes, segue? It's segu.
It's the epitome of a crazy English word, the epitome.
It's the same thing as epic, which is epoch in my brain, but like y'all go off, tell me that it's epic. Epoch. Okay, you're allowed to feel overwhelmed. But what you're going to do is, nope, that's not what it says. Hold on. You're allowed to feel overwhelmed. But what you're not going to do is sit there and give up. You're not going to let one setback define you or let fear hold you back. You're not going to undo all the progress you've made by finding comfort in self-sabotage. You have too much brilliance and resilience to let it end like this. Rest, recalibrate. Trust your inner compass and take the next step. In my protecting my energy with reckless abandon era, I'm not arguing, I'm not forcing, I'm not begging, I'm not overextending, I'm not putting others' expectations before my needs. I'm not bending my boundaries for others' comfort. I'm not shrinking myself, period. Life is really just returning to yourself over and over and over again. We talk about that almost every day now. Dear 2024 so far, thank you for reminding me that the most important relationship I will ever have is the one with myself. Doing your best today might not look the same as it did yesterday, and that's okay. This is a repeating one. It's okay to not have everything figured out. It's impossible to. There is no past version of yourself that you need to get back to. I need y'all to hear that one more time. There is no past version of yourself that you need to get back to. Life is not about returning to who you were. It's about moving forward and becoming who you're meant to be. Oh, baby. Shaped by all the new lessons you've learned. And this is, I saw this one yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh. It says, flow forward. Flow forward. Perfectionism can feel like striving for your best, but it's just the fear of inadequacy. I don't know what I just dropped, but it's just the fear of inadequacy and a way of avoiding the discomfort of starting. Woo-cha! Jesus, we the urban be taking us to church today. Hang on, babes. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, after I finish this, I'm gonna have to take a mommy break. There is something
Media
happening.
time out.
Uh,
Media time out.
anyway, but it's just the fear of inadequacy. Perfectionism can feel like striving for your best, but it's the fear of inadequacy and a way of avoiding the discomfort of starting. It traps you in an almost ready loop, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. But growth, there's a huge tightrope. If y'all were just watching Deconstruction Junction, show up and mess up, baby. But growth doesn't happen in stagnation, it happens in movement. Stop obsessing over the end result and fall in love with the process. Taking one step, even if it's imperfect, is how you'll get to where you want to be. You don't have to feel like you have to earn the right to love yourself. The you right now, even if you're the the you right now, even if you're struggling or feeling lost, is already enough. This version of you, messy and unsure, deserves kindness and grace. You are not a project to fix. You are a person doing the best with what you have, a person who deserves patience and understanding. We only got a little bit more to go as Dr. Flo tries to make me be quiet. Self love. Self love involves both kindness and honesty. Give yourself grace, but know when to be constructively critical. Embrace and love who you are. Yet always challenge yourself to keep growing. I'm really proud of you. You're doing a good job. Do something nice for yourself today. Dr. Flo did something nice for himself, and his butt's going to pay for it tomorrow. And that is my segu. Back to Dr. Flo while I go take care of some baby pants, okay?
Yes. Thank you for your segu. And yes, I'm going to pay the price for all of my awful choices. Poppy water, and I got Taco Bell today. And it's always fun on its way in. And always interesting as it processes through. I'm going to share my inspiration. We're going to move after that into the 52 weeks of conscious contact with Melody Beattie and end with day 7. And then we're going to talk about the 7th pillar of the 7-day pillar challenge, the crown chakra, and how understanding and knowing ourselves is a powerful thing. Anyway, I'm going to open for my share today with the radical gratitude spell. It's on page 6 of Fables and Spells from Adrienne Mari Brown in the Emergent Strategy series. And the Emergent Strategy series is a foundational texts and readings for our network. We're not just out here trying to build a movement and build a network all willy-nilly. We actually are reading books and putting tools into practice in order to make it the strongest that it can be as we let people know that they're loved and lovable. So anyway, I'm going to read page 6 and 7. This is a spell to cast upon meeting a stranger, comrade, or friend working for social and or environmental justice and liberation. Okay, and that's what we do here in our network, one day at a time. The poet writes, "You are a miracle in motion. I greet you with wonder in a world which seeks to own your joy and your imagination. You've chosen to be free every day as a practice. I can never know the struggles you went through to get here, but I know that you swum upstream, and at times it has been lonely. I want you to know I honor the choices you made in solitude, and I honor the work you've done to belong. I honor your commitment to that which is larger than yourself and your journey to love the particular vessel of life that is you. You are enough. Your work is enough. You are needed. Your work is sacred. You are here, and I am grateful. Radical gratitude spell from Adrienne Mare Brown. All right, let's push forward into 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact with Melody Beattie. We've been reading this text for the last few years, but this year more diligently than ever, and it helps us find themes and just a campfire on the cloud, if you will, to gather around as we build our way towards happy, healthy, and free. This week's theme, like I just said, is all about, or maybe I said in the last podcast or earlier, about generosity is the theme. And let's just do day 7. Since that trip to Tibet, I have reevaluated my giving. On a couple of occasions when I knew someone really admired a possession that belonged to me, I gave it to that person. Here, you can have it, I said. It's yours. The look of amazement on their faces when I said it was nothing compared to what I felt. Generosity is the value we practice. Non-attachment is a gift. Once again, generosity is the value we practice. Non-attachment is a gift. Poppy Water and I this morning were talking about being compassionately detached compassionately. How do you love another or care for other humans without getting caught up in all of the habba-babba? So important to learn non-attachment, and Buddha taught us this, and also our 12-step programs around emotions and other things teach us these things. It's great. The week always ends in a prayer, and so the prayer is, guide me about when and how to give. Help me live with a generous spirit towards others and myself. Thank you for all the generosity you've shown me. Once again, guide me about when and how to give. Help me live with a generous spirit towards others and myself. Thank you for all the generosity you've shown me. Oh, life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then finally landing into our crown chakra. You know, for those of you who have been with us for weeks, months, years, well over the last year, we've been using the House of Mommy Waters guiding documents and curriculum of the 7-day pillar challenge to help us stay rooted and grounded, and then start to move up through. So on Sundays, it's the root I am, and then we move up to the sacral I feel, solar plexus I do, throat chakra I speak. I'm sorry, heart chakra I love, throat chakra I speak, third eye chakra. That's the Taco Bell coming, y'all. Third eye chakra I see, and of course then the crown today, I know and I understand. And so reflecting on the crown chakra, known as Sahasrara, it involves exploring deep questions about spiritual connection, purpose, and awareness. Here are some questions to guide our reflections. And I see Tara in the document. So I'm going to pick a section to ask you about, and you can pick one to ask me about. And when we get other hosts, we will ask them to just add to the fun and the magic. I'm going to talk today about gratitude and compassion. No, I'm not. I'm going to ask you about gratitude and compassion. How do you cultivate a sense of gratitude for blessings in your life, Tara?
I listen to affirmations. I do Dr. Flo's challenge and like force myself to be grateful. Not force myself, but even on the days that I can't find something or I feel like I'm down, I try to do the challenge. And in fact, I try to do the challenge twice on those days, right? So yeah, yeah. I
That's
like what
awesome. In what ways do you express compassion towards yourself and others?
uh I really try to. I'm better at it with others, giving an olive branch. I always give grace. I always give an olive branch. In fact, I was talking to somebody the other day about someone who had blocked me, and I said, if they unblock me, they can talk to me. I'm not the one that blocked them. I'm not really that person. I very rarely block people unless you ask me if you can marry me on Instagram, and you don't relent. That person, there's no olive branch for, because that was weird. But most everybody else.
And once again, I apologize. Jesus Christ. And it's not me, folks, for the
It wasn't Dr. Flo, y'all. It wasn't Dr.
Could
Flo.
you imagine? Dr. Flo, you've asked me 6 times. We're in a work relationship, Dr. Flo. You've met Ross how many times? Like, no is no, Dr. Flo.
That part. That part.
But I want to be a Priolo for real.
But with myself, I mean, my phrase really most of the time is like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. The same way I deal with stage fright and that kind of thing. It's like, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to have these negative emotions. It's okay. And just give myself a little bit of, I'm sorry, a little bit of love. Yes. Can I help you? Let me ask you some questions. D Flow, unlike B Flow, who hopefully will get his life together tomorrow.
Yeah, we need who are we playing tomorrow? We need them to win.
I feel like we're playing the Titans. Or is that who we just played? I don't know. I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
Okay. It's somebody, child. It's somebody. I think I'm gonna do. Ooh. I'm going to do transcendence and enlightenment, because I feel like we haven't done this one in a while, and I feel like you're going to have a good answer. So, what does enlightenment mean to you, Dr. Flo?
Rising above the bullshit.
And how do you do that?
By realizing it's all bullshit.
All right.
Like enlightenment from like endarkment, and that's probably not a word.
At all.
But endarkment, if we were to just play with the language of the moment, endarkment would be for me taking myself deeper and darker taking myself deeper and deeper into darker areas of disappointment, anger, depression, and all of those uncomfortable emotions. Endarkment. Or I could look up here and say, what are the antonyms for enlightenment? Spell check can help you, Flo, but not that much.
Epitome.
Some antonyms for enlightenment would be ignorance, stupidity, and destruction. And weak opposites are bewilderment, confusion, and puzzlement. And so when I'm going into those negative emotions or lower vibrational emotions or uncomfortable emotions and kind of stewing there, that would be it. Like that would be the endarkment. Enlightenment for me is not a place that you can like achieve or arrive to and never regress from. I think enlightenment is something that we allow to happen in every facet of our lives every day. We can be enlightened about our physical self-care. We can be enlightened about our spiritual practice and process. We can be enlightened about our mental health care and our love for one another and compassion. We can be enlightened about the practical things that we need to do to just be okay and to be nice to ourselves and have a nice day. And every time we make a decision to not overlook, but to raise our vibration to a more hopeful place above the bullshit, that is enlightenment for me. Every time we choose a thought that makes us feel enlightened, or makes us feel lighter. We're choosing that kind of energy, and that's what it means for me. I also like it's spelled in our language. It's spelled ENLIGHTMENT. I wish that it actually were spelled IN, because there's something also about enlightenment that is focused on an inner light, the light inside, enlightenment. I think that would also be powerful, because that comes to mind, a way that you get enlightenment. And I think enlightenment is very subjective, moment by moment, person by person, energy by energy. But I think the moment that you reach it, moment by moment, and then the times that we have it, it's when we're choosing to have a light heart. For those of you who know history and know Egyptian history, there's the scale of Ma'at. If your heart was light as a feather, you could enter into the celestial kingdom. If your heart was heavy and burdensome and bitter, it would not pass the test. You familiar with that story from Greek mythology? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So enlightenment is also a call to be enlightened in the heart. What else you got for me before we go?
Last question. Have you had any experiences that felt transcendent beyond ordinary perception? Have you had any experiences that felt transcendent or beyond ordinary perception?
Is this question like pointing to like an out of body experience, or like
You interpret it how you wish.
where are you on the page?
I am under transcendence and enlightenment, number 4.
And we do play the Titans tomorrow. Got you. My aunt, who died well over a decade ago, may she rest in power. She looked down at a Slurpee from 7-Eleven on a road trip and lost control of a car full of me, my mother, and our cousins. And I have never in my life forgotten that moment, because it's almost as if, I'm not sure if you've ever been in a fender bender or been in a near-death experience, or like, it's almost like time slowed down. It happened very quickly, but I can tell you with vivid detail where I was in the car and what I saw, and just the spinning of the trees and the road and stuff as we're like, spinning around into the ditch in this car. It was one of the first times in my life that I realized that there are human powers that we have that only activate when necessary. And I'm not the only person who talks about that slowing of time and space that happens when under crisis. It's almost like you lock into a different survival mechanic that's necessary for you, to have that acuity. Probably adrenaline responses as well. You ever had anything like that?
Yes and no. I often feel like, and maybe Suzanne can relate to this a little bit, but like my answer would be transcendent or beyond ordinary perception would be when I feel like it's a very Phoebe thing from Charmed, which is like, I can see something happening before it happens. Very much a premonition, as it were. And the way that I know that it's a premonition is because it's usually in slow-mo, right? But the preventative, if it's a bad thing, that's something that happens in regular time, right? Like I can see something going left, and then I'm like, whoa, no, I'm not doing that. But yes, I have been in, somebody rear-ended me. Someone rear-ended me once in 2019, but it wasn't like a bad crash. But I definitely have witnessed some pretty nasty crashes, and one that I do remember is the one where the donuts My dad was driving in the winter and the road was icy, and I was in the back with the donuts from Krispy Kreme, and my parents were in the front, and we went into the ditch, and the only thing that was harmed were the Krispy Kreme donuts. Yes, there was only one left in the box.
I hate it when that happens.
It was a
Look,
bad day.
take the car, Lord, but leave the Krispy Kreme.
Right, leave the Krispy Kremes, child. Child, near-death experience right then. The computer almost had one.
Gosh, slow mo. Listen, folks, we've been hanging out today for quite some time, spreading our love and our magic with the world. We have been thrilled to be on your team and to be on your winning side. We are Love and Action Network. We have 3 missions here to encourage, equip, and empower folks that we encounter by activating their time, talent, and treasure for good and change in the world. And so that's kind of the new piece I've been adding on into our tagline. We encourage you to joyfully activating your time, talent, and treasure, including that little bundle of joy over there, our first LIA baby of many. Check out loved and lovable.bio.link for our visual folks who are here. I want to briefly just pull up the website and just show you here. If you go to any of our link in bios and follow the loving yellow brick roads, you'll arrive to this page, Love and Action Network. Click to engage our programs, events, and RSVPs, where you can sign up for our events and let us know that you're coming. Our programs, our communications channels, our store, our newsletter and podcast, which is being recorded right now, our full auditions and application packets, which will be getting better in the next 72 hours, operations, LIE team member bios, and ways in which to get to know us better. Because some of y'all come through and you kind of don't really know us beyond what we say on the lives and things, but this is the opportunity for you to get to know us better. So there's that. Our resources, as we've accumulated them, opportunities to donate if you want to be kind to us. Support desk, which is an opportunity to, if I'm gonna click here to see if it allows me to let's do here. Yeah. So here we are, folks. If you click here, you can find all kinds of things. If you go in, I'm not sure if Tara's done this yet or not, but if you go in and you just you could search for vocal, and it's going to give you all the things. How do I start vocal performance coaching? Where do I find Dr. Flo's demos? How do I connect on Clubhouse? You could even go over to the website and say, Tara, have you gone over to our help desk yet and type the word Tara? If you type the word Tara, it's going to give you who is Tara Priolo. There she is right there. Did you know you could do that? Yeah, Tara. If you search on Tara, get to know her, and you'll find out all amazing things about her, including her amazing website. So yeah, I want you all to tap in. We've been working on this project for 30,000 years. And it is long time for the chickens to come to roost so I can fry them up and take them to the beach with me. On behalf of, that's an inside joke, you guys. On behalf of all of us here at Love and Action Network, our healing practitioners like Poppy Water 33, Tara Priolo Studio, and me, Andre in the Flow, we are so grateful for you. Remember, as Tara always says, that joy is a revolution and it is our superpower. And until next time, stay on your joy, stay in your power, stay loved and lovable. And we cannot wait to see you very, very soon, hopefully, around our wonderful network.